The Gospel of Thomas, the true meaning of Yeshua as salvation through inner knowing. For centuries, the meaning of salvation has been shaped, filtered, and controlled by religious institutions that benefit from keeping it distant, conditional, and external. What was once an immediate and lived realization was transformed into a future promise, mediated by authority and guarded by doctrine. This shift did not merely alter theology, it reshaped how humanity understands truth, responsibility, and inner authority. To recover the original message, one must first confront the uncomfortable truth that salvation was never meant to be waited for, earned, or granted by belief, but recognized and realized within. It is very important to understand that the name Yeshua literally means salvation, but not salvation in the conventional religious sense that has been taught for centuries. It does not mean that one must accept a later, institutionalized version of Jesus in order to be saved at some future point in time. Rather, salvation in its original and authentic meaning points to inner knowing, awakening, and realization in the present moment. What the name Yeshua means and where it comes from. The name Yeshua is Hebrew in origin and is a shortened later form of Yehoshua. Both names come from the Hebrew root Yeshua, which means to save, to deliver, to rescue, or to bring into wholeness. This root does not primarily describe rescue from punishment or salvation after death. Instead, it refers to being brought into safety, clarity, freedom, and restored awareness. In ancient Hebrew thought, names were not mere labels. They were descriptions of function and purpose. To say that someone is salvation did not imply a transaction, substitution, or legal exchange. It meant that they revealed or embodied a way of deliverance. Salvation in this context was experiential and present, not deferred, not conditional, and not dependent on belief in doctrine. Importantly, the Hebrew concept of salvation was not abstract or legalistic. It was concrete and immediate. To be saved meant to be delivered from blindness, confusion, bondage, or danger now. It meant coming into alignment, awareness, and life. This understanding aligns directly with a repeated teaching that the kingdom is already present and within, not something that arrives later as a reward. This salvation is therefore not promised, postponed, or mediated. It is immediate and experiential. In Thomas, Yeshua consistently taught that the kingdom is not something to be awaited or earned. It is already present within you. Salvation, then, is not rescue from the world, but awakening within it. It is the recovery of awareness, perception, and inner truth that has always been accessible, yet obscured by layers of doctrine, fear, and external authority. Over time, as this message moved from a Semitic experiential framework into a Greco-Roman and institutional religious system, the meaning of salvation shifted. It became future-oriented, belief-based, and externally mediated. What was once inner realization became conditional acceptance. What was once awakening became permission. Responsibility was transferred away from the individual and placed into the hands of institutions. One of the great deceptions of organized religion has been this distortion. By redefining salvation as something controlled, delayed, or granted by authority, religious systems transformed inner awakening into external belief and living truth into inherited doctrine. What was meant to be discovered within was instead packaged, regulated, and sold. This deception is not accidental. It is structural. A truth that awakens people from within cannot be controlled, A salvation that is already present leaves no leverage for fear, guilt, or spiritual dependency. By convincing people that salvation lies somewhere else, sometime later, religion effectively severed them from their own inner authority and awareness. Yeshua's message dismantles that illusion. It restores salvation to its rightful place, not as a reward for obedience, but as the natural consequence of awakening. The kingdom is not coming, it is not withheld, it is not granted by belief. It is revealed when one sees, knows, and remembers what has always been true within. Salvation, then, is not a system to join, a belief to recite, or a future event to anticipate. It is a state of seeing. It begins the moment external authority collapses and inner awareness is reclaimed. This is why the message of Yeshua in the Gospel of Thomas has always been unsettling to institutions built on mediation and control. It returns power to the individual and truth to direct experience. Nothing needs to be granted, approved, or authorized. The veil falls when perception clears. What was hidden reveals itself not through obedience, but through recognition. The kingdom does not arrive from the outside. It emerges when one awakens to what has always been present within.